King 5's Chris Daniels is here with numbers in what service providers are calling progress, right, Chris?
Yeah, if you believe these numbers, and maybe the first time in a while, spending on things like housing, healthcare, enforcement have been working, according to the city. All Home, King County's coordinating agency for homelessness, says this is the first decrease in homelessness in 7 years. And the mayor says it is fuel to her argument to increase staffing on the team that deals with this issue on a day-to-day basis. Amidst the despair, today some see a ray of sunshine.
These are signs of progress.
Kira Zylstra of All Home agrees optics don't always line up with data, like the numbers released today.
There's a lot that we don't know about homelessness just by looking street by street. Many people are experiencing homelessness outside of line of sight.
All Home's one-night count of homelessness from ground-level research done on January 25th showed more than 11,000 people experiencing homelessness, a big number. But the level of unsheltered people is down 17% over 2018, and those experiencing homelessness down 8% overall, the first decrease since 2012. The numbers of homeless families, veterans, and youth all down too.
We know what works, and now we have to scale what works and do more of it.
Seattle Mayor Jenny Durkin says it's another reason why she will boost staffing of the navigation team 7 days a week. The crew, already cleaning camps and placing people, was allocated more money in her budget.
It's a matter of both public safety and common humanity. It is not better to let people continue to live in some of these deplorable conditions that we see. As mayor, I believe that we have an obligation to move people from these conditions to safer, better places and to get them long-term housing.
And with state money coming to clean those spots near the freeway, perhaps there will be more changes coming for one of the most complex issues of our time. The state says that cleanup on the state right-of-way scheduled to begin this summer. Some more numbers from the city about the navigation team work. In 2017, it did 148 encampment removals with a 72-hour notice, another 52 that were deemed hazardous or emergency removals. And in 2018, the work went way up to 297 encampment removals with a 72-hour notice and 254 hazardous or emergency removals. So the navigation team work ramped up from 27 to 2018, and we're going to see more now in 2019 as a result of the announcement today.
It's an involved process, isn't it, Chris?
And an expensive process.
Yeah.
It's expensive, it's complex, but with all of that spending and all of those avenues related to homelessness, the proponents of All Home, what the mayor is doing, will tell you that they're actually seeing results now with this decrease in the homelessness population.
Okay. Chris, thanks.